given authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Do you understand what that even means? I don't know if you do, so I'm here to let you know. Tell me if it resonates, because I feel like it's going to help somebody today. The thoughts are the first step in committing any action. You have to first think about it. And once the thought comes in from elsewhere, first, pen, we don't come up with our own thoughts. Thoughts come from elsewhere. We receive them, we process them, we choose to process them. Some thoughts are negative, some thoughts are positive, meaning some thoughts would lead you towards anxiety, depression, fear, shame, guilt, scarcity mindset, lack mindset. Some of those thoughts will have you leaning towards that, where other thoughts will have you leaning towards wealth and abundance and bliss and delight and joy and peace and harmony and fairness and loving each other. So those are the type of thoughts you get. And some might say, oh, there's the neutral side. Sure. But at the end of the day, you're either going this way or you're going that way. Here, first. Once you decide to allow that to come in, because you do have the ability to shut that right at the door. If it's a thought that you don't see a benefit in pursuing, like giving any energy to, if you don't want to feed a thought, just block it. I say I put them on a block list. Sometimes I even write it down like, this is my block list. This thought, blocked. This thought right here, ooh, blocked. You know, so I like to block those thoughts, like actually, like take extra steps, but block the thought. If it's bringing doubt, that's not what I'm supposed to be thinking. Ooh, that's what I say. I say, wait a minute, that's not, oh, that sounds like it's going to lead me to trouble, you know. So it's really stopping it right here. Old cartoons that used to have the bad conscience, part of your conscience here and a good part of your conscience here, and they often depicted as a devil and an angel or light and darkness. So those two things exist, and was literally depicted accurately as spirits that come in. So I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but that's what this is about. It's about all of that and how it ties in. But if you're still here, so those thoughts are actually the snakes and scorpions that you've been given authority to trample on. That's what's referred to as the snakes and scorpions. What's going to pull you away from what God or source or energy or universe, what the flow, like whatever you want to call it. Because I believe we're all talking about the same thing. I believe that. But whatever force you call it, that is God. Whenever I refer to God, that's what I'm talking about. The all of it. The everything. If not for it, there would be no us. So if it winds up getting in though, okay, so you've accepted the thought, you played around with it for a long time, for a very long time, and every time you played around it, it just tears you down. You can't tell me that that's not how it makes you feel, because I know how it makes you feel, because that's how it made me feel, and I'm a human and you're a human, and so we share those same type of responses to that type of trauma, okay? It's textbook. But once it's in, what can we do to get it off? Now I doubt. Now I'm fearful. Now I'm ashamed of my past. Now I'm feeling guilty for what I've done. That's not how you're supposed to be feeling about yourself. God wants us to love, right? And that love starts like 100% with you. 100% with you loving you. And if that's not the case, if you don't have the you love, then it's not going to be a beneficial move for you. You have to love yourself in order to extend that love to others. Otherwise, you empty yourself spiritually. You're emptying more and more and more and more, and you're not feeding yourself. So even love coming in, you deflect it. Never celebrated wins, never took accolades. I remember every award I got, I just threw it in the back of the closet. Like, yeah, big whoop next. Why don't treat me like that? So don't do that. Celebrate you, love you, admire you. That is okay. But that's called the shadow work part. And I didn't know that was called shadow work until after I went through it, and I was like, what was that? That whole process of removing shame and guilt and fear. And doubt comes back often, but you gotta be like, oh, is that even, girl, there's doubt at the door. God, he ain't coming over here. Because you remember that doorway, only once they get in now, they're in. So shadow work. How do we do shadow work? First, we're going to, and I'm running out of time, but we are going to identify the worst things about ourselves. Now, be real. I want you to be real with yourself and write down the things that you don't like. Write down the things that you know are not qualities of a good person. If you lie a lot, if you steal a little bit every now and then, whatever. If you cheat people out of stuff, whatever. Write that down. And now we've identified, we got this, we got that, we got that. You know what those are? You've just identified your demons, your downs, your shadows, what's pulling you down and away from, now you've identified that. So then you can tackle them one by one. And I have ways to do it. I have methods to do it, and I can just share how I did it and also share just additional insights into that process to see how maybe you can cater it to you. But yeah, I feel like everyone can have like this proximity to God and this type of peace that I do. And I'm here to show you how. I think that's where I started. But I don't know.